back to Talking Blues. Welcome back to another video. We hope you're all doing well today. We're your hosts, Ben and Mark. This is your Aston Villa versus Chelsea match preview. We are back with another one. But before we get into the match preview, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Turn that notification bell icon on so to be notified when we upload. Share this video out as much as possible, guys. It really helps us out. We've surpassed 200 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000. And guys, we really appreciate all the love and support. But now, let's get into this. So, tomorrow afternoon at 2 PM, Chelsea go to Villa Park to face Aston Villa. A struggling Aston Villa, if you like. They're not having the best of times at the moment. Let's be really real. Gerrard is not doing the job we expected him to do. We thought he would thrive. We thought he would be all great, not going to let this slip. But no, he slipped. He slipped, and Aston Villa are not looking good. They look poor. They look lacking in attacking areas. They look like they can't really string 2 or 3 passes together without failing. They just look abysmal. And we should be able to take advantage of that tomorrow. With the form we are in, we should be taking advantage. We've not lost since Graham Potter has come in. In the 5 games we've had under Graham Potter, we have not lost a game, and we have looked seriously good. Seriously good. We have woken up and smelt the coffee. It is real good. And do you know what? I'm proud of these boys for coming back from all this stuff. We had Roman Abramovich last season getting sanctioned and the club taken off him and then put into government control. Then we had all the COVID issues. Then we had, all these different problems with injuries and Chilwell injuries and Reece James, Lukaku's interview. And I am so proud of these boys of how they've come back stronger. They look phenomenal. They look great. Dad, we're in a great position. We're in a great position at the moment, and we should be taking full advantage tomorrow. Do you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. In the last 3 games, including the Wolves game last weekend, which was phenomenal, we haven't conceded a goal. And, these players, playing with their hearts, their soul, they're putting everything into it. And, this is what we need to keep doing. Is, winning games, keeping a clean sheet, and as I say, we must always hit the ground running and play with that tempo and that pace that we've been playing with in these last 3 games. And, under Graham Potter, there is some sort of, magic potion, a magic wand that's been waved. These guys, have excelled. And this is, epitomizes the old Chelsea team, yeah?
I mean, look at us from the Milan game the other day, away at the San Siro. Second we kicked off, we were at the pitch going at them. We didn't give a hell. We just wanted it. And that is how it should be every single game. We should be wanting it. Wanting it, wanting it, wanting it. We should be driving the teams backwards, making sure that we are in their faces and that we are telling them we are here, we want to play, and we want to demoralise you in such a way that you will never expect it. We look insane. But here comes the but. We now have injuries. We now have injury problems. We had Kante. That we could deal with that. We have the midfield know how to deal with that. Then we have Fofana, bit of a shame, looking good, scored against Milan in the first game at Stamford Bridge. Now we've got Reece James out for 8 weeks. Hooray! Not. But this is the test now for Potter. Can he do it without some key players? Reece James is a key player in this squad. This what makes it tick. He is like the glue that holds it all up. He's the one that makes the play, can put in a cross, can shoot, can score out of nothing, create something out of nothing, and we need that. But we haven't got Reece James anymore. we have to come up with a different solution. Dad, you know, Reece James going out injured. We could deal with Kante, we could deal with Fofana, but Reece James, this is going to be a real test now for Potter to sort out the squad and organise it and get it and keeping the ship steady. Do you agree?
Yeah, he's an extremely key player. He's like the nucleus inside the atom. And without Reece James, there could be every possibility that we are going to struggle. But my faith is both in Chilwell and in Cucurella
and other players. Aston. There's Aston. There's all sorts of players that can do this.
Yeah.
But it's down to Graham Potter now.
Exactly.
To keep the ship steady, not let the pressure get to the players, and not let the pressure get to him, but to continue to let this team grow and develop, and try and find a way to manage these situations. This is where big managers need to be tested and show their steel and show their mettle. So this is an opportunity for Potter now to really get to grips with the squad and see what he can do.
Plus, the players have to stay hungry,
Yeah, they have to stay hungry.
These last
no matter
three
what
games,
injuries we have, they have to stay hungry. They have to be driven. They have to be energised. They have to go. They have to just want it.
They're proving now, that they're hungry, they can finish their dinner, keep clean sheets. And, we want this to continue, and for this club to thrive, to go on, and hopefully we could maybe win the Premier League.
You don't know.
Win
you
the Champions League.
Know.
Yeah, you never know.
Never know.
Yeah.
Potter could just go, I want it all.
Yeah, don't write us off.
For all you know, right, hindsight, it's majorly well off the target.
Exactly.
But Potter could turn around and win every trophy. Potter could actually turn around and just say, do you know what? I want to prove something. I'm going to go win the quadruple. He could do that. He could do that, right? Yeah, it's a long shot. Pigs will fly first, probably. But imagine. Imagine the point he's proving to Pep, to Klopp, to Ten Hag. Just saying, guys. Just saying.
Yeah.
But, guys, listen. So, we know about the injuries. We know about the situation. We know who we're playing. We know what Aston Villa are like at the moment. They're struggling. They've got Steven Gerrard. How long is his reign going to... how long is he going to continue? How long have Aston Villa got left with Gerrard, honestly?
How long is a piece of rope? But, if they keep losing games, then obviously, his job is going to be in jeopardy. Yeah. Somebody is throwing him a lifeline at the moment, but like I say, how many more losses can you take before you have to disperse that manager and bring in a new one?
Exactly. Look at how ruthless Abramovich was with his managers. 4 or 5 losses and a problem hits. You're out the door. You're out the door and you're gone. But
sometimes I think it was too premature with certain managers.
But look how many trophies we won out of that. It did work.
Yeah.
The hire and fire did work.
Yeah.
He got the best out of the team. He got the best out of the managers. He had some of the best managers in the world come to Chelsea.
And if you take on board, we won our first major and European trophy with a caretaker manager.
Exactly. That's unheard of. Yeah. That's unheard of for any club. But as we know, they're all saying it's a Chelsea thing, and the other saying we see things they'll never see.
Yeah,
that is the one key thing we have to remember with Chelsea. And to all you Chelsea fans out there, we see things they'll never see.
Exactly.
It's so important.
Hit the nail right on the head.
We are. That is vital for us to remember. We see things they'll never see. And it's a Chelsea thing. But guys, enough about that. So, how do we combat this game tomorrow? How do we do this? What does Potter do? Sorry about our squeaky chairs as well. But how do we combat this tomorrow? How do we combat injuries? How do we combat, Villa's leaky defence? How do we compact Gerrard slipping up? How do we compact all this different stuff that we have to negotiate tomorrow? Well, we've conquered Milan, we've conquered Palace, we've conquered Wolves. Let's see if we can conquer Villa. So guys, we've put a lineup together that we think Potter should go with tomorrow that will get the job done. So let's get into it and we'll give you our thoughts on each individual player. Let's get into it. So, starting in goal, none other than Kepa Arrizabalaga. Dad, Kepa Arrizabalaga has been outstanding for the last few games since he's been in goal. How do you feel about this?
Oh yeah, it definitely works for me. You know, he's made some tremendous saves. Yeah, you know, especially the game against Wolves. You know, he had what an easy game he had. You know,
you might as well have got his deck chair and cocktails out of that, right? You know, he looked like we were at the game, and he looked like he got his picnic blanket out, his deck chair, and he was just sitting there drinking a glass of wine.
Yeah, you know, he's definitely on form, and for me, yeah, he works. You know.
Yeah. So great, Kepa in goal. So guys, let's see your thoughts are on that. Moving on to the back three, we've gone with the back three again. So at right centre back, we've gone with Trevor Chalobah, Kalidou Koulibaly, and Thiago Silva in the middle. These three worked against Milan. It worked against Milan a treat. Chalobah, when he came on against Milan in the home game, looked exceptional to replace Fofana. And in Milan on Wednesday, he looked incredible. He looked incredible. And for me, he starts again alongside these two wonderful defenders. Dad, your thoughts on these?
Yeah, I think they're a great trio to have at the back there, you know. Chalobah, Thiago Silva and Koulibaly. And, yeah, you know, it's like a brick wall. That's impenetrable. And this is what we need, yeah. In every game we go into, we need that defence. Yeah, so, again, that works for me, you know.
Yeah,
Wise choice.
And then moving on into the wing backs. Look, this is a bit interesting one. We had a long discussion about this and how we could combat this. Reece James is not going to not be around for 8 weeks, and as much as I love Azpilicueta, he's not got the legs to play the right wing back position. He's just not got the legs to do that constantly week in, week out now for the next 8 weeks. So how do we combat this? Well, we've gone with Marc Cucurella at right wing back and Ben Chilwell at left wing back. These two are our choice and what we think Potter should go with tomorrow. Cucurella has energy, pace to burn, and a decent cross on him. And I think if I remember rightly, he did play right midfielder for Getafe a few years back before he joined Brighton. Dad, your thoughts on these two?
Yeah, you know, despite Reece James being out, I think, you know, this works for me again. Yeah, Ben Chilwell, you know, phenomenal player. Yeah, you know, scored a number of goals for us in past matches. And you've got Cucurella, you know, so much pace and energy from him. Yeah, you know, those wingers work for me.
Good. And then moving on into the two central midfielders, we have Mr. Mateo Kovacic and Georginio. These two last week against Milan were wonderful. They were exceptional. Georginio has had his best performance in a Chelsea shirt against Milan on Wednesday, in my opinion. Your thoughts on these two, Dad?
Yeah, you know, in the last few games, Georginio, you know, he's amazed me, you know. He's not making so many mistakes, yeah. You know, he's really turned himself around and, you know, he's playing in a very positive manner. Kovacic, you know, even though in the past he's, you know, been a bit... meh, yeah, he's really showing, you know, his mettle, you know, in the game there as a midfielder. Yeah, you know, that really works for me, yeah. 100%.
So then moving on into the front three. So we're going with a 3-4-3 in basic terms.
Yeah.
So on the right, we've gone with Mason Mount. On the left, we've gone with Raheem Sterling. And at top, we've gone with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang again. So this front three, Dad, played against Milan on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday we played.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is the best front three we have at the club at the moment.
Exactly,
right?
Yes.
Based on the fact of experience, Premier League know-how, and ability, this is the best front three we have.
Yeah.
If Kai Havertz was at the top of his game, then it would be a debate between him and Mount. But there's also Conor Gallagher to put in the mix, and you know, other players, Hakim Ziyech, Pulisic, other players like this who are in the mix.
Yeah.
But these three are our best front three. What do you think about this front three, starting off with Mount and moving into Raheem Sterling and Aubameyang?
Yeah, I think Mount has found himself again recently, you know, and he's playing with more positivity, you know. He to me, Mason Mount, you know, he had quite a dreary spell over the last few weeks, and you know what I've seen of him since the Wolves game as well. You know, he's really coming back into his form, you know, and finding his feet. And I think, yeah, you know, Mason Mount should be there. Coming on to Raheem Sterling, well, Sterling, you know, he didn't do an awful lot in the last game against AC Milan, yeah. But again, you know, 2 games are never the same. But I do fancy him to score a goal against Aston Villa tomorrow. And then I come on to Aubameyang. Well, you know, this is a player with so much experience, yeah. He's a bit of a thoroughbred, and, you know, he plays with so much pace. Basically, you know, Aubameyang, he works for me, you know. He's a top goal scorer, you know. He knows where the back of the net is, you know, and I have every faith in him.
Yeah, so guys, this is our lineup. Thanks for all the info, Dad, that you've given us today. But let's get back to the main screen, guys, now, where we'll give you our predictions and our overall thoughts. So I've put 2-0 there from the last Milan game. I forgot to edit that. I really do apologise, guys. But, guys...
We're 2-0 up already, are we?
In terms of a prediction, moving on to some predictions now. Based on the fact that Aston Villa are wobbly, based on the fact that Chelsea are in the form of their lives, based on the fact that we haven't conceded a goal in 3 games, based on the fact that Potter is a magic man, and he wears a magic hat, and he's Harry Potter's father, I think we're coming away with another win. I do. I think we're coming away with another convincing win. And so, therefore, I have gone for a nice Aston Villa 0, Chelsea 3. I feel like this is the most important game of the next few of what we've had. It'll be a real test of Potter with injuries, but we'll see what happens. Dad, let's move on to your prediction now. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, I think that, like I said, you know, I have got Raheem Sterling to score and Aubameyang, yeah, and I'm looking at 2-0, you know.
And your thought? So why do you think 2-0?
Yeah, I think, you know, that we're going to play with so much pace, yeah, and fantastic football as we've played in the last 3 games. I think we're going to be too much, you know, for Aston Villa. When you look back on their previous games, they've been very lacklustre, you know, to what they were in the past. There's just nothing there, you know.
No.
And I think, you know, I've gone with a very modest 2-0. But I do think Sterling and Aubameyang to score.
Thank you for that, Dad. Thank you for all your information. But guys, listen. Let us know your thoughts on our lineup. Let us know your thoughts on our predictions, and if you're predicting anything different, let us know your thoughts on the lineup, and let us know if you change anything. But guys, that's the end of today's video. Before we end this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell icon on to be notified when we're below. Share this video out as much as possible, guys. It really helps us out. We're over 200 subscribers now, which is absolutely incredible. Also, guys, just a quick reminder: tomorrow at 12 PM, noon, it will be our Chelsea Sundays live stream, and then at 1:30 PM, it will be our Aston Villa versus Chelsea watch along. Make sure you're there for that, guys.
Join us, guys.
Yeah, we'd love to have you there. And until then, guys, we will see you tomorrow for the live stream.
Have a good evening,
Take care, guys.